Hey Facebook and YouTube, my name is Jeff. I'm the first counselor of the Setting Order Ministries, and today we're talking about celestial plural marriage. This book's got all the quotes in it of past prophets that talk about celestial plural marriage. And this is Celestial Plural Marriage Part 3. On the last video, I left off on a talk given by Brigham Young, so I'm going to read that. This is in the Journal of Discorses, Volume 9, page 322. Monogamy, or restrictions by law to one wife, is no part of the economy of heaven among men. Such a system was commenced by the founders of the Roman Empire. That empire was founded on the banks of the Tiber by wandering brigades. When these robbers found the city of Rome, it was evident to them that their success in attaining a balance of power with their neighbors depended on introducing families into their body politic. So they stole them from the Sabines and were near neighbors. The scarcity of the women gave existence to laws restricting one wife to one man. Rome became the mistress of the world and introduced this order of monogamy. Wherever her sway was acknowledged, thus this monogamous order of marriage, so seen by modern Christians as a holy sacrament and divine institution, is nothing but a system established by a set of robbers. So what it's talking about is monogamy was started by the Roman Empire. A group of robbers, so they were thieves, that started this order of marriage, monogamy marriage. And by the Roman Empire, so the Romans, Rome is the one who started the monogamous law. And Rome is not the Christian people. They're the Romans. They had their own way of life, their own religion, like the Greek gods, and they just had different, the Roman goddesses and stuff. Just, they don't really believe in, they believe in like all these other gods. They kind of have they've taken other gods before them. Instead of believing in one god, they have many gods that they believe in. Okay, this next one is from Wilford Woodruff, Millennial Star, April 21st, 1879, page 242. God commanded Joseph Smith the prophet and all Latter-day Saints to obey this law, or ye shall be damned, saith the Lord. Now having obeyed the law for many years, the Congress of the United States and Supreme Judge of the nation stand forth and say, you shall be damned if you do obey it. Now, Latter-day Saints, what are we going to do under the circumstances? God says we shall be damned if we do not obey the law. Congress says we shall be damned if we do. It places us in precisely the same position that it did the Hebrews in the fiery furnace and Daniel in the den of lions. The enemies of Daniel counseled together and said, we cannot find any occasion against Daniel, except we find it against him concerning the law of God. Our enemies have persuaded the same course and made it a law of offense to obey the laws of God. Now who shall we obey, God or man? My voice that we obey God. So what we're just saying is that there was controversy with the government and the church ordinances, because the government wanted the church to stop practicing polygamy. So that's why the manifesto was issued. to stop the practice of polygamy. And Wilford Woodruff is saying that he'd rather live the laws of God and obey God than the laws of the land and this government. Okay, we're going to move on to the next one. This is by John Taylor, SL Tribune, January 6, 1880. When they enact tyrannical laws forbidding us the free exercise of our religion, we cannot submit. God is greater than the United States. And when the government afflicts with heaven and will be raised under the banner of heaven and against the government, the U.S. says we cannot marry more than one wife. God says different. Polygamy is a divine institution. It has been handed down direct from God. The U.S. cannot abolish it. No nation on earth can prevent it, nor all the nations of the earth combined. I defy the United States. I will obey God. That's John Taylor. So again, the government's trying to stop the saints of God from living the celestial law of marriage. And what John Taylor is saying is that he defies the United States and he obeys God. Right now, polygamy is pretty much legal. It's legal about all over because of gay marriage and gay rights. So the manifesto is no more. It's something that you can write down in your journal, something that you can look back on. But as of right now, that document and that document that Wilford Woodruff signed is not a force anymore. It's been done away with because it's now legal. There's no reason to hold on to that document or to keep that document because we've moved on. Time has passed. Now polygamy has become legal, and the apostate Mormon Church still thinks polygamy is wrong, even when it's legal. When Wilford Woodruff, who signed the manifesto, was a polygamist. Okay, here's one from Eliza R. Snow. This is from a woman. This one of the most important events of my life. I have never had cause to regret. The more I comprehend the pure and principle of plural marriage, the more I appreciate it. It is a necessity in the salvation of the human family, a necessity in redeeming women from the curse and the world from its corruptions. So Eliza R. Snow is basically saying that she's glad that she lived polygamy, that she chose to live the law of God, and she says right here, a necessity in redeeming women from the curse. So women are cursed if they live in a monogamous relationship because they deny the law of Sarah. The law of Sarah means that a woman is supposed to give the husband his wives. Like if the first wife comes in the family, it's her job to go out and seek out her family, her husband's wives. That's why it's called the law of Sarah. Sarah gave Hagar to Abraham to wife. Why did she do this? Because it was the law. And from Hagar sprang many people. Okay, now I'm looking for the next quote I got marked down in here. Okay, the next quote is from Joseph Smith. Ordinances instituted in the heavens before the foundation of the world, in the priesthood for all the salvation of men, are not to be altered or changed. All must be saved on the same principles. So he's talking about ordinances, laws that were